Hey everyone, Bonnie here, and we are coming to the end of The Outer Temple of Witchcraft by Christopher Penchak. So this is the chapter right before the last chapter. So this is chapter 12, and it is Covenworking. So the exercise within this one is meant to be done as a group. And Lily is on vacation with her boyfriend. Iris has been working nonstop, though she did have some time for spell work today. Dorian's interest is he's ADHD. It's one day he is, one day he isn't, the next day he's not even sure of what is or isn't. And Rose could care less, or couldn't care less, actually. But it's to build an astro temple together, and it gives you ideas of how to build that astro temple as a group. Since I'm not doing that, I do have my own temple, but I haven't been part of a group in like 16 years, and it's just, it is what it is. I've worked at events like Pagan Pride, volunteered. I've gone to group gatherings like Ostara for I've trained the Wiccan Church of Minnesota, the UU Pagans, Spirit Grove, in Bloomington, but I haven't really gotten into Covenworking in over 16 years. So this was, I don't know, I kind of missed my old group, but we've gone our separate ways. Two have passed on, and we've just kind of lost touch. I'm sure if we saw each other, we would hug and love each other and everything, but we've lost touch. We've moved on with our lives. We have busy lives. We've got busy lives. But yeah, it gives you an astral temple to work with. Now that's the exercise. The chapter itself is actually really interesting, because it gives you ideas of how to function, how a coven should function. So like purification, blessings, responses like may you never hunger, may you never thirst kind of thing. So mo to be and hail and farewell, all the sayings, hand holding, why you should hold it a certain way if possible, what gender means to you within the group, protection, visualization, spell work, raising energy, kind of being inclusive, because dancing might not work for somebody who's physically disabled, or if somebody doesn't like to sing, then chanting might feel a little bit off. The cone of power, charging, festivals with feasts, cakes and ale, that sort of thing. Then it goes on to continue with seeing a coven as a family, which is kind of not frowned upon. The word I'm looking for is kind of like hesitant, if that makes sense. So kind of like the difference between a family, a clan, and a tribe within that group, and how sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way. And it points out that a lot of pagans come from dysfunctional relationships. So a lot of them put a lot of faith in a new family or a new relationship within the coven. And sometimes expectations are not met and things like that. One thing, though, that was in the book that I really liked was which was about oaths. And I wrote down what the book says. Look specifically for those agreements that are to the gods and divine in general. While respect and loyalty are necessary, respect and loyalty must be earned. So avoid allegiance or blind loyalty to specific individuals or groups, because then it's a cult. It's a cult. So yeah, it's been interesting. I did work on my personal astral temple, but I hope maybe that someday I'll be in a group again, just for here and there. I am still visiting with the ones in Bloomington, even though it's 3 hours away. They do a circle once a month on Zoom, or on Discord. So we have that at least. So yeah, and I don't know how many times I've said so. Yeah, that was a lot. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. And I know this looks weird, but this is my work shirt. I'm at work. You might not see this background much soon. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Brightest blessings.